Hello. Hello.
Hello. I
How are
cannot see
you?
your. So far, so good. What about you?
I'm good, thank you. You said you cannot see me?
Now I can see you now. Yesterday I lost your lesson because I not understand the time. I forget the lesson yesterday with you.
Oh, no worries. It happens.
Yes.
No worries.
Yes, it's happened. Okay. Uh, Yeah, let me ask you about how to improve English language as a second language. By the way, I'm Ahmed from Iraq. I'm teacher of English language. I teach in institute of peoples in primary school, and I look for about the fast way to make me speak English language like native speaker. uh, Watch TV, watch film, watch channels on YouTube, watch TV like BBC, CNN, watch drama film. Can you tell me about the real plan to make me speak confidently and fluently like a native speaker?
Okay. So I always recommend to my students that, a lot of people, when they don't have enough time to
Mm.
focus, come on Cambly and spend time, going through a 30-minute lesson. I always recommend, if you have the time, read English out loud, to read it in English out loud.
Mm.
Because when you just
Read,
listen to
re-
English,
mm. Read the English
go ahead.
loudly. Yeah,
Yeah, so
you
to
told
read
me
what you
yes, yes.
yeah, so to
Read
read English out loud,
anything I like.
anything you like, because you get in the
Okay.
habit of doing it. Because I say your
Mm.
brain goes through two processes. When you speak English,
Yes.
when you learn from just speaking, you kind of parrot. You're copying the person, you're
Mm.
copying what the sound like of the words. So, that's one way to learn. But if you just learn from, hearing English and, just speaking or listening to audio, you won't know what the
Mm.
words mean. You won't know what you're saying,
Like
and that can
uh,
become a problem.
like podcast.
Yes, like
Mm. Yes.
podcasts. And if you
Yes.
also only learn from reading or writing, then you
Mm.
won't know how to
Mm.
express yourself while speaking. So I always say, when you
Yes.
read out loud, it forces your brain to go through two different processes at once. You'll be able to read and write and understand what you're saying while you're speaking, because you'll hear how to
Okay.
pronounce your words.
Mm. Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt your speech. Let me ask you, what do you do when I lost my passion to learn English? Well, sometimes when I uh, learn English, I sometimes to be boring or lose my passion. Uh, Tell me about your way that make me be not losing the passion with the English language, because when I learn English language as a second language, it's difficult because my people and my people speak Arabic.
Okay. Yes, I totally
Yes.
understand that. It's very hard to stay passionate when you're, challenging yourself to try something new,
Mm.
because, of course,
Yes.
human beings, we want to be good at things right from the beginning. We don't like the
Mm.
struggle of having to work for, stuff we don't understand. So I always say, do the things that you enjoy in all parts of your life. If you find that you're missing that passion, maybe try reading and doing something you enjoy, or something you like to, think about. Say, if you enjoy cooking or cars, maybe read about that, maybe learn about that. Focus on the things that you find enjoyable, or find certain games that you think would be, fun for you, different learning techniques. It's always fun
Okay.
to, bring your own interest into your learning atmosphere.
Okay. Let me ask you about the IPA. Is that necessary for me as a learning a second language?
IPA? What do you mean by
Yes.
IPA?
IPA. This mean the sound of the article of English language.
The sound of the English language?
Yes.
Yes, it's
For
very
example,
important.
important as for the as me a teacher or learning English.
I say, all parts of English are important to study because even if you're a teacher
Mm.
or a student, a teacher always has to start as a student. You have to learn everything you can. It's important to absorb any information about the English language, but it's also important not to be too hard on yourself and force yourself to learn too many things at once. Because,
Mm.
say you're wanting to lose weight or go to the gym, you're not going to
Mm.
completely change your routine and say, oh, I'm going to work out every single day. No, you have to think about the things that are suited to you. So maybe try and start on little things that you enjoy or little
Mm.
things that you need to work on the
Do
most.
you think okay? Do you think alphabetical English sound it's mean to help me to read a good
Absolutely.
to make absolutely okay. Tell me about the skills. Which skills do I focus on? There's four skills to learn English: speaking, reading, writing, and reading, which is it's skills that makes me to speak fluently like a native speaker. And sometimes when you want to speak language, any language, not as specific English, if you want to speak when you want, you will to structure the sentence, okay? But if you are an English speaker, you speak fluently automatically, okay? We need. I look for
Mhm.
about the way that make me speak English like a native speaker automatically, not to think and to build the sentence, the verb, subject, and adjectives. I want to speak direct and fluency
Mhm.
like another people who want to speak in the world. Yes, go ahead.
So, what is your question in order to, achieve speaking fluently without having to go through many processes, but thinking just automatically? That's your goal without having to
Mm,
translate into your own language and break it down. See, for me, when I teach my students, I teach them in a way of breaking sentences down so that they're
mm,
not, feeling pressured in order to, create this whole paragraph or essay of words they need to answer this one question. So what I do is I always introduce different words and then I break down those words into a simpler understanding so that not only do you understand what you're reading or what you're saying, that you can break down words when you're reading on your own time or even when you're just speaking. Because sometimes what happens when we're learning a new language is we, copy and hear what's common, different conversation topics, but we forget about the fact that there's a simpler way of understanding, and that is breaking down the English language into simpler ways. So if
yes.
you want to learn more
What about
fluently, I
Uh,
go ahead.
let me. I'm sorry. Interrupt your speech. Let me ask you about the vocabularies. Which should I learn first? That make me speak automatically and fast, like native speaker or like people who was born in their countries, isles, and another state that speak English, and vocabularies and sentences.
Okay. So, what to remember to note that when speaking the English language, there's no fast way of doing it. It takes time and it takes like a whole process
Mhm.
because everyone's at certain levels, different levels when
How
reading
long
and writing
time?
and speaking.
Sorry. How long time you are teaching? How long have you been teach English? 2 years,
I've
three
been
years?
teaching English. No, no, no. This year, I'm a new teacher in English. This is my first year
Oh, you're a
teaching.
teacher. How long does it take to learn English for the for the person who is start to learn English? Uh, is 1 year it's enough to be fluently?
Like I said, with every single person, it completely is different. See, like some people
No,
I
yes.
know can
But
learn
in
language
general, yes,
within a year.
yes, I know that there's individual people and there's a lot of things. But you told me, and I want to look for about the answers in general. 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I could put a specific timeline on that just because with my
Oh, okay,
experience, I've
okay.
been able to
Sometimes
teach
too.
people who have been learning from a year or to 10 years.
Mm,
Because within your lifetime, you're always going to have to refresh your English, especially when you live,
uh,
in a place that your native language isn't English. So I have people
yes.
that I teach that have been learning for
Sometimes
10 years.
Sometimes it depend on the person is smart or not smart. That's mean to receive
Well, it
the
just
some
depends on
person
your.
to it's uh, some people have specific or more responsibility for the sentences, jokes, stories, and daily routines. That's mean lots of people to speak faster than others. Okay, let me ask you about the this books, this English, this book English for Everyone dictionary.
Mhm.
Yes.
Illustrated English
Uh,
Dictionary. Yes.
yes, yes, it is. This
Mhm.
book it's contained 10,000 words, but I think this
Mhm.
is there's cons and pros for this books. The cons for this books to learn new vocabularies, yes, but the pros are for this books to not make learn new sentence. Should I learn? I put the vocabularies in sentence to learn me fast.
Yeah, so I definitely say the pros of that book is that not only does it show you pictures and it explains and defines Oxford Picture Dictionary, second edition. Oh, yeah. So, see, the benefit of having these types of dictionaries is that they show you
Yes.
pictures, and some people learn better with pictures because it depends on how they learn,
Mhm.
right? But that gives you two
Okay.
options. So, even if you learn one of them a
Mm,
day, that can greatly like
mm,
affect your vocabulary because what people forget
mm.
is you have to learn the baseline of conversation before you start, expanding your vocabulary. Because when you realize,
Mm.
when you learn more vocabulary, it's basically more
Okay.
complex ways of saying basic
I
words.
think I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you again. Time up. Tell me about. I speak with you. I think 14 minutes about something and different things. Tell me about my English language and pronunciation. Do you understand me or no? And tell me about my English and pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence, and you can assist me.
Okay. So I definitely say maybe a little more listening. Definitely listen to the
Mm.
flow of your conversation, what you're aiming to explain and to express your feelings, and try to fix some of your English vocabulary can always, benefit throughout your lifetime. It's not going to happen overnight, but even if you wanted to, create more variety with the words that you consistently are saying every day, just even saying one of those words a day will extremely like create a bigger vocabulary than you have now. So I think your English is very good.
Okay.
Maybe slow down a
Oh,
little
thanks.
bit.
Uh, so that B1 or B2?
B2. B2,
Thank you very
I'd
much. Have a
say.
good day. Thank you very much.
You as
Goodbye.
well.